Good morning, everybody. Today I'm taking you guys along with me on a day where I do all the things that make me feel human again. And these are things that I practice throughout the day, but recently with the solar eclipse and all of the things going on, I've just been feeling really dysregulated and kind of a lot of jumbled energy, just things coming to the surface, and I've just been feeling really anxious, and I'm trying to sit with it instead of using all of my past avoidance mechanisms, and it's been kind of challenging. So I wanted to take you guys along with me on a day where I re-regulate myself back into my body. So first things first is getting some barefooted grounding in with the sun on my face first thing in the morning, and then eating a nourishing breakfast. I really love starting my day with high quality protein. I am very lucky to have chickens, so I get pasture raised eggs. I usually eat about 3. And then my source of carbs is usually raw honey from our bees, and then a banana or some other type of fruit. Hopefully it's in season. And then I will have a matcha instead of coffee after breakfast, because matcha has L-theanine attached to it, and so it doesn't make you jittery because L-theanine is calming to the brain, and it actually is used to help fight anxiety. So that's really beautiful to start your day with a calming source of energy. And yeah, so I'm just sitting outside journaling and starting my day with the sunlight in my eyes. This is really important for regulating your stress hormones like cortisol and just regulating your circadian rhythm. So if you can, and you're in a place where you can get direct sunlight into your eyes first thing in the morning, I definitely recommend doing that. And then also getting your bare feet in the earth to ground and get those negative electrons donated to your body. That's also really important. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this morning, just chilling outside. And I get a lot of questions about how to ground, and simply you just go outside. Like, it's very simple and very innate for humans to be one with nature. We're supposed to be a part of nature. We are electronegative beings. We're supposed to be in a negative ionic state, but all of our screens and technology and chemicals donate positive ions to us. And this puts us in a very inflamed state. So if you can, go outside, touch the earth. It doesn't have to be your feet, it can be your hands, it can be your face against a tree, or diving into water, or sitting with the sunlight against your skin. Those all donate negative ions to our bodies. So it's simple, be a human, go outside, be one with nature, and you will reap all of the beautiful benefits of it, truly. One of my favorite ways to feel human again is through stillness. I love to find stillness in my brain and in my body through my breath. I do this through meditation and breath work in the mornings. One of my favorite regulatory breath works is to breathe deep into my belly, because this stimulates my vagus nerve, and then I allow that breath to rise to my chest and expand my entire being, and then I feel the heat as it releases out of my mouth. This is really calming to the body. It stimulates your vagus nerve, which activates the parasympathetic nervous system and puts us into rest and digest, and allows us to go about our day in a calm state. I also love starting my day in stillness because it allows all of the narratives of society to melt away, so I can start my day in a completely aligned state with who I truly am. Another really simple and important way to regulate yourself is to make sure that you are starting your day with a high quality breakfast first thing in the morning. I love to start my day with high quality sources of protein like pasture raised eggs. This is because the protein in these foods are going to act as the building blocks for all your neurotransmitters and all your hormones for the rest of the day. It's really important that we have optimal levels of these, because these regulate our mood, our energy, our metabolism, and so much more. If you don't have enough of these building blocks, this is when you can experience mood swings and anxiety and metabolism issues and all of those unwanted things. So it's really important that we start our days with a lot of nutrition for our hardworking bodies. I also love to start my mornings with some type of movement. Movement has always been a way for me to dissipate any unwanted, unregulated energy in the body and just process through it and get it out of the body. Recently, I've been engaging in lower impact exercises like yoga and Pilates and long walks. This is because they don't raise cortisol as much as my more preferred forms of exercise like running and those more intense forms. And when you raise cortisol, it puts further stress on the body. And if you're trying to regulate your nervous system, then this is not necessarily always welcome. So doing these lower impact workouts like yoga and
Pilates and long walks in nature and hiking just don't put as much stress and raise our stress hormones as much as running and swimming and all of those sorts of exercises. So if you're struggling with anxiety or missing a period or experiencing any dysregulation in the body, then I definitely recommend switching over to some more gentle forms of movement.
I'm outside and I regularly snack throughout the day to keep my blood sugar balanced and just make sure that I have energy to be doing what I need to be doing, which is living a vibrant life. And I love to snack on fruit, especially when it's sunny outside. I just feel like I get a boost of energy from the natural sugars, and I get a lot of antioxidants and polyphenols from all of the extra goodies that come with eating from the earth. I wanted to talk about eating in season. So I definitely try and eat most of my produce in season. When you eat in season, the produce is going to be a lot higher in nutrients because it's not picked before it's ripe. It's usually picked close to its peak ripeness or at its peak ripeness. And typically it also doesn't have to travel tons and tons of miles to get to where you are, because if it's seasonal, it's typically grown in an environment that is close to you. And so citrus is usually in season in the winter and early springtime, and it tastes 100 times better than eating food that is not in season, because when it's closer to ripeness, it's closer to its most yummy form. And then I wanted to talk about oranges, and a lot of people tend to throw away their orange peels, but a zero waste tip is to save your orange peels and make a tincture out of them, because they're really high in bitter constituents, which is really beneficial for your gut health and also for just stimulating liver health, which helps you detoxify out any excess toxins from the body and also excess hormones. Also, you can get this little hack just by I dropped my orange peel. Just by eating the little white part in it. This has all of the bitter constituents. It also has most of the vitamin C. I'm trying to hold it. You can get a lot of the bitter constituents from eating the white part of the orange. A lot of the time it's super thick on there and I feel like I'm wasting a lot of the orange, but if you just eat it, it's really high in vitamin C, and that's really beneficial for your body and for your skin, for collagen health, but also for repairing cellular health. Every single day our cells are attacked by radiation and just stress on the body, so it's really important to be supporting your skin. But usually I'll just eat it like that. Okay, so I came out on a walk. This is another one of my favorite ways to just simply rehumanize myself, is to get outside and get my feet in some water. I went for about a 5-mile walk, and I feel really blessed to live along a river, so I was just listening to the sounds of the river every day. But if you don't live somewhere like this, it's still just as simple to get outside and reconnect. Simply listen to the birds and try and break down all of the different noises you hear. Really try and focus all of your attention onto your senses and try and remove it from any thoughts. It's a very grounding technique for the nervous system and for the entire body. But yeah, I'm just outside enjoying the sunshine and exploring the river and just kind of getting lost in the elements. We are elemental beings. We are made up of the earth, water, fire, air, and space. And so connecting back to the elements and really trying to make it a priority each day to tap into each one of those. At any given time right now, I'm experiencing fire and water. And according to Ayurveda, that is your pitta, and so pitta is the digestive fire, that metabolic health, and so getting outside and exposing yourself to natural waters and sunshine is really important for your metabolic health. Also, the water, like I talked about earlier, is donating negative ions to my body, which is really healing. Also, it's fresh snowmelt water, so it's really cold, so it's a natural cold exposure therapy to my feet, which is really regulating for my nervous system, but also it helps just like ice your feet and heal your body from the ground up, from your roots up. Your feet health is really important for the foundation of the rest of the health of your body, for your skeletal health. And I have been trying to focus on it a lot recently. I've been doing toe yoga and just like stretching my toes and strengthening my arches of my feet. Growing up being a runner, I definitely put a lot of impact on my feet. I have also been reading the book Chi Running, which talks about how you can run in the flow with your body, and this helps prevent injury and all of those things. So I definitely recommend it. I like it so far. But yeah, I'm just outside and this is my favorite place to be. I love feeling the sun against my skin and just being in cohesion with the natural waters. Another one of my favorite things to do to rehumanize myself is to learn about all the native plants and medicinal plants that are growing local to where I'm at and seasonally to where I'm at. I feel like it really makes me excited for each season of life because each season brings different medicines, and springtime always has the most flowers and vibrant green medicines, and so I always find dandelions out here right now, and I know that they're not sprayed with glyphosate, so if you live somewhere where a lot of people spray Roundup on their yards, please be wary of picking them and eating them, but I love to pick them and eat them as a snack on my adventures. Another thing I do consistently to make myself feel human again is to take my meals outside and eat them on the ground. I regularly do this just because it's sunlight on my skin, and I feel like it definitely helps my digestion to sit on the ground while I'm eating. You ground while you're eating, so it helps calm the body, and that activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which activates rest and digest so that you can digest your food optimally. Also, a lot of cultures around the world eat on the floor. They eat on their knees, and it definitely helps your body with digestion. You're more upright when you're eating, and that helps the assimilation of nutrients as well. And I wanted to show you guys what I'm eating for lunch. I try and eat at least 30 grams of protein at every single meal, if not more. I try and eat one fruit or vegetable, if not more, to add in some antioxidants and support my gut. Your gut thrives when you have various fibers and various antioxidants that you're feeding, because each different microbe feeds on a different fiber, and so the more you feed those fibers, microbes different fibers, the more plethoric they'll be, and that's really beneficial for our gut health. I also try and have some type of fermented food or probiotic rich food, so I'll show you my lunch. So I'm having some wild caught Alaskan salmon. I always keep the skin on because the skin has extra omega-3s, which are really good for your skin health and for fighting inflammation. I am having a raw carrot, organic, and I love raw carrots because they're really great at giving our body a specific type of fiber and polyphenol that help in the detoxification of excess estrogen from the body, which is really beneficial for everybody because we live in a very xenoestrogenic rich world, which is not great for us. So I love eating one raw carrot a day, usually paired with a fat. And then I'm having some organic in-season strawberries. I warm them in the sun just to make my body absorb it better. And then I have some homemade sauerkraut with basil in it just to give my body some extra probiotics. And yeah, so this is a very well-rounded meal, and I'm also drinking some raw milk. I know that this is controversial, but I definitely recommend raw milk. Raw milk is full of a bunch of different enzymes. Raw milk has been something that has helped heal my gut because it has a bunch of beneficial bacteria that feed our gut microbiome, and the bacteria in this also help with autoimmune conditions and immunity in general, so I really love raw milk for this. I also really love that it's full of calcium, and calcium is really great for our bones and all of those different sorts of things, and it's rich in enzymes because the enzymes weren't killed off in the pasteurization process, which allows your body to absorb it all. So I really love drinking raw milk out in the sunshine and just kind of putting a middle finger up to diet culture and big corporations that try and trick us away from healthy living. Okay, a quick change of outfit because I am shooting a campaign for a brand, but I wanted to talk about gardening and how gardening has helped remind me of my humanness. So we as humans have evolved tending to the earth, and it is an innate part of who we are to be tending to the plants and watering the world and providing pollinating plants for the pollinators. It's a part of what makes the world go round, and it definitely helps your health in a multitude of ways. There are microbes in the soil that help build our immune system and also help give us serotonin. The smell of soil releases oxytocin in our brain, which is the bond between a lover and another lover, or the bond between a mother and a child. And so when we smell that smell, we are bonding with something greater than who we are, greater than what we are, but it is who we are. We are a part of the earth, and so that smell reminds us that we are a part of something bigger than what we see on the day-to-day in our society. So I am just currently watering my starts. I have a lot of herbs growing. I have some calendula, some echinacea, some yarrow, some borage, and then I have a lot of beets growing in here that I'm going to pull out soon. It's a deep tub. And then I have a bunch of kale and radishes for some early spring greens, and then I also have some tomatoes starting, and I need to start more starts. I have a bunch of seeds right there. I really like this brand. It's called Survival Essentials. They're all heirloom herbs and heirloom vegetables and fruits, so you're not getting any of the diluted seeds that come from grocery stores. So these are a great brand if you want some wholesome heirloom vegetables. But yeah, I hope this inspired you to get outside and get your hands in the soil, whether that be a basil plant on your windowsill or growing a backyard garden or volunteering at an organic farm. It all has such a big impact on the health of us, the health of the world, the health of all beings on this planet. I just wanted to close out the video and talk about how I end my day. I usually end my day with direct sunlight on my face if I can, if it's nice out, and again, my feet in the earth, and I'm going to cook a yummy dinner. I'm going to be having grass-fed burgers with sweet potato fries, and I'm going to read. I try and turn my phone off before bed most nights, almost every night. It definitely helps me sleep better, and also wear blue light blocking glasses when I can. But yeah, I am going to just read. I am currently reading Ayurveda and the Mind. It's talking a lot about how the elements interact for our unique constitutions and how that interacts with our mental health. But yeah, I had a really nourishing day. I got a little bit of work done. I'm working on a course for cycle syncing, and yeah, I'm just really excited for life. I had a call about my school program that I'm looking into up in Portland. Kind of debating Portland versus San Diego, but I like the program up in Portland, so I'm going to have to part ways with the sun for a little bit, but that's okay. So yeah, I am just feeling really grateful to be alive and be on this beautiful earth with all of you guys. But yeah, I love you all so much, and I just wanted to say that I hope you guys are all spending some time outside, reminding yourselves what it's like to be a human on this beautiful spinning planet. We are nature, we are not separate from nature, and go outside, get some sunlight or some fresh air, put your feet in the dirt, and remind yourself what it's like to be a human, a part of nature, not separate from it. I love you.